Good morning, friends. Well, today is January 22nd. This reading is for January 21st. Today is Tuesday, though. It's about, it says it's 0 degrees out. Last I looked, it said 1, so it looks like temperatures may be falling. It's going to be a cold one. But let's see what Spirit will have for us this week. First card out on the deck, the Gentleman. Okay, the second out of the deck is the Letter. The third is the Anchor. The fourth is the Ship. The fifth is the Key. We'd love to see that key. The seventh is the Clover. The eighth is the Ring. The ninth is the Snake. And the 10th is the Child. I like to see that because 10, I also do a little bit of numerology. The 10 is the 1, right? Because it converts down. And the Child kind of signifies new birth or new projects, new, even new children, can come into the world. But I have to laugh because it is next to the Ship, which is a new project, new journey. I think for, if I have to go personally, I believe that would be like a project, but for others, it's going to relate in possibly a different aspect of their life. Like if you have a new client, this would show like the Gentleman and the Child. So it would either be a younger male or somebody significant in your life's child, that sort of thing. Okay. Then we've got the Snake up in the upper left-hand corner. That kind of indicates finances or wisdom, or maybe a little bit of negotiations. So we could have some new negotiations. This actually could even be a new vehicle because the Ship represents movement. So this is our first portrait. So let's kind of see where it lays out in the end. But I find this first portrait very fascinating. It even has the ring there, so that's kind of could be a contract. It could be a new relationship, obviously, because of the ring. And then we've got the Clover. The Clover is your wish fulfillment blessing card as well. The Letter is also like a contract but it's news. So boy, we have some excitement going on here, which, that's kind of indicated with the little bit of the Snake too. The Snake can have that, high energy feel to it. All right, let's see what the second portrait says for us. First card out is the Fox. The second card out is the Lily. Third card out is the Heart. The fourth card out is the Mice. The fifth card out is the Moon. Sixth card out is the Garden. The seventh card out is the Fish. Eighth card out is the Clouds. And the ninth card out is the Sun. Okay, I like to see that too because the Sun overpowers the clouds, but there is going to be a little bit of, maybe a little bit of uncertainty or, just nebulous types of feel to it, okay? We've got the Fox, which is kind of your work career card, but it's also your clever card. So I feel like, you're going to be able to overcome any challenges or issues that may arise. We do have the Heart and the Moon together. I love to see that. That's your softer, energies. Kind of shows compassion and care, especially with the Lily here in the far right, which is the conclusion of the portrait. So I do feel that there, whatever, maybe insecurities or that sort of feel to it, or, it also kind of can point to a little bit of, naivete because we've got the Mice and the Clover and not the Clover, the Mice, the Fox and the Lily. So, maybe don't be so quick, maybe you need to, look at the whole big picture before you make any decisions, okay? Because it has that little bit of Fool Russian feel to it too, even though, other cards kind of indicate that, but that Cloud and the Fox has that feel to it, but just use your discernment there, okay? First card out of the third portrait is the Flowers. Second card out is the Rider. Third card out is the house. Fourth is the tree. Fifth is the scythe. Sixth is the whip. Seventh is the dog. Eighth is the stars. And the ninth is the lady. Oh, this is lovely. I do see, possibly some boundaries that need to be made because we've got the scythe and the whip that has that feel to it. We do have friendships in here and lovely engagements, wish fulfillment as well. So, maybe don't spread yourself too thin, okay? That kind of has that feel to it when I look at the entire picture because we've got the stars up front because the stars is all around wish fulfillment too. All right, let's see what else we have. The first card out is the cross. Then we've got the tower. And then we've got the coffin. And then we've got the stork. And then we've got the bear. And then we've got the crossroads. And then we have the birds. And then we have the book. And then we have the mountain. Well, I do see a spiritual lesson involved. We do have some multiple decisions to make. Well, I call them multiple choices, but there are timelines, okay? So the karmic lesson is also where we're supposed to be on our destiny path. So even though things might seem, a little hard to bear because we've got the bear in the center, it is for the greater good. I know recently I've had a few, losses and, those are hard to bear. But I do know that, the people that have left us are in a much better place. But it does change our course of trajectory. It will change our lives. So the mystery card is up here, which, these are some unknowns or maybe things that, the knowledge maybe that I'm sharing with you too. But, it can also be, things that haven't happened yet, or maybe some unknowns. We're questioning these things. So let's spread them out and see what else they have to say. Our upper left-hand corner is that snake. I like to see it in the upper left-hand corner. Even though it can be a difficult and challenging card, it is using wisdom and, like I said earlier, wise discernment. Okay? I don't even think the snake was in that last portrait I said that about, but I think it was the clouds, which the clouds are right next to the snake, so kind of knew that. Sometimes, things come out that, I don't even know how I know the answer, but they tend to fall right into place. So the upper right corner is the crossroads. Those are our choices, our timelines, our, decisions that we need to make. Bottom left-hand corner is the ship. And I said earlier that could be a new project, it could be a new vehicle, it could be travel. These are things that depending on what it's next to can tell us a little bit more of a story. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to pull some of these up so that they kind of pop out for me a little better. I do see a little bit of when I see the fox and the cross together, it's kind of a career focus, and the cross represents spirituality, that sort of thing. So it could be, either a pastor, or it could be a psychologist, it could be, spiritual teacher, it could be a lot of different careers, but it kind of has that feel to it. So I do see that as kind of our center focus up at the top. And then we've got the ship and the tower as the bottom two cards. But I do see a little, there's going to be some changes, and they're going to be big changes, and they're going to change your lifestyle. Okay. So, I don't know whether the change has already happened or if it's about to happen, or currently happening or about to happen, but I do see some significant changes. I do see your finances are part of this, in some communications or maybe discussions arriving. So, this could be either, maybe, I think it's finance related because I've got the tower there and the fish. So that's either an establishment that pertains to banking or a location in a different town, those type of things. But I do feel that the community is involved because we've got the garden is there, and that's kind of like your coming together, your community, your places where people congregate and come together. So maybe we're preparing for that possibly, or making plans, or we're just negotiating. Okay. In the dead center, though, is the change card, which is our scythe. The scythe can be a little bit of a reaping, especially next to the flowers, and then I do see it would be a change that promotes blessings, though, because we've got the clover there. So, sometimes I call them growing pains. Sometimes they don't feel so good, but the overall what's the word, outcome is going to be positive, and there's going to be some positive news there. Okay. It can also mean in this context, especially when I'm looking at it in this portrait, it kind of can be you reap what you sow. I do see a little bit of planting seeds combination here. So maybe the seeds that you've planted in preparation are starting to pan out, that you're able to maybe take advantage of the things, your hard work that you've done so far. Okay. I like to see that. But I do see a new contract or a new offer or a new involvement that involves possibly travel, but to do with your day-to-day finances. Okay. But I feel like it's travel related or vehicle related or that sort of thing. But I do also see that snake up there, which can be navigational issues. And especially when I look at the weather today, I'm over here going, oh, I wonder if that has anything to do with kind of maybe stay put, because after the snake is the anchor, and the anchor kind of has that, stay put, grounded, feel to it. So, maybe maybe for now, or maybe things are just having to come together in order for that to move forward. I do see some rest and relaxation, though, feel to it, quiet time, energy. But I also see that things are going to break free. So maybe earlier in the week, things are going to feel a little stagnant and stuck. Then they start to open up a little bit. Okay. So maybe things that you, in preparation, that you've started through, Monday, Tuesday, by Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, things are going to start moving a little bit. I do see some online communication possibly, because I see the mountain and the letter. Maybe a little bit of something's going to cost you a little bit of money, though, and then multiple choices, or multiple things are opening up, maybe more than one event or that sort of thing. I do see some high-level talks, though, with friends. So we're having some, meaningful types of conversations. Let's see, what else do I see? Gosh, I do see a very, when I'm looking at the moon and the sun, I love to see those two together, because those are our loving relationships coming out of friendships and partnerships. We're collaborating with, maybe our peer group or our family members, our loved ones. That's beautiful to see. Maybe a little bit of, because the fox kind of has that, oh, I just don't like to see it next to the flowers, because that's kind of falls to your face, or that sort of thing. But it's also beauty related, so that could be beauticians, maybe getting your hair done, maybe because I need to get my hair done possibly. But the fox and the bear, that's your partnerships and your collaborations with work and your managerials and that sort of thing. But I do see that there might be some, there is spiritual protection, because I got the clover and the cross and the bear together. That has that, higher up spiritual protection feel to it. And hopefully everything's working out in all for your greater good, even though it might be a little bit of a challenge to it, okay? Maybe these contracts that we're working on over here might feel, just something we have to do to get to where we need to be. I know the market is starting to open up, though, so I like to see that. So maybe that's what this is also saying. There's change coming. Hang in there. Everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna start out, kind of stagnant stuff, but then things are gonna start opening up. Yeah, yeah. There's a little bit of bumpy road, though. We're gonna, the weeks kind of starts off on a little bit of a bumpy road. I do see some healing and then progress, and then possibly, new sunshine, even new positive growth there. I love to see that combination. And then I see a little bit of a challenge there, but nothing that you can't overcome because the sun is right next to it. And this is your day-to-day lifestyle. So maybe we're just, seeing how our choices that we're making over here are going to pan out, for the long run. Okay. All right, friends. Well, I did the best I could with what I had to work with, and I didn't have much to work with. So you guys have a great week, and if you need me, I'm always available. Either instant message me on here or however you'd like to reach out. But you have a blessed day. Take care.